Oh hey guys, glad to see you showing up for another video in another new location. This time we're hiding in my shed from the Beyonce fans that you can hear outside that are looking for me, just so they can make sure I don't give the Queen Bee a bad score. But little do they know is that this video is going to be a doozy. And see, for this video we're getting another dance album from a non-dance centric artist, which initially did give me PTSD because of a certain someone from earlier this year dropping the worst thing known to man and calling it a dance album. But then I realized that Beyonce actually can't sing and knows how to properly work a dance tune, especially on their latest project Renaissance, being a pretty fun listen from beginning to end. Alright, so I know I keep beating the life out of a dead horse, but man, Drake, you really should take notes from this album if you ever decide to try something new again. I mean, it isn't perfect, sure, music taste is objective and there's a dud in almost every album, but for what it's worth, I really did enjoy this project. It was a pretty fun turn for what was seen as one-off singles before from the popular singer, utilizing deep bass, synths, some dancehall, and some nice vocals from Beyonce. That was pretty monotone at times, seeming like she's either trying to fit more into the beat or just not really into the flow of everything in general. But at the same time, with tracks such as Move, Thick, and America Has a Problem, there's no way to really see her vocals as a low point on this project. She goes into this more racy lyrics, bringing in this cool sense of confidence as well that I did enjoy, utilizing this catchy flow and some repetitive lyrics to help with these either funky or hard-hitting beats, such as on the track Pure Honey, that switches back and forth between this finger-snapping bass guitar heavy sound and this club bounce head bopping beat, while having some high notes and going in on just having a good time out with the girls. And then you have the track Cuff It that completely goes into this two-step at the cookout feeling that I really did enjoy, seeming like a nice little radio hit for anyone to get into with its funky disco dance feel that she flowed perfectly with her vocals about just having a good time. But as for the production, for the majority it was pretty well done. It wasn't too all over the place, seeming to mainly stick to the theme of dance, whether it be the more disco funk or pop dance, or the deep bass, monotone, more sinister sounding beats to give Beyonce this more serious feel. I also do want to acknowledge how smooth the transitions are on this album, especially on the first 6 tracks from I'm That Girl to Break My Soul, seeming like one long ass song with not one missing in between, giving off some good boiler room vibes. We also do get a bit of echoing and strong background vocals on this album as well, such as on the track Break My Soul that I did like, helping raise the energy and complement the beat very well. Another track I would like to acknowledge is Church Girl, which is the complete opposite of what the title ensues, funny enough, but it takes this more trap inspired sound with this fast paced energy and those little bells to complement the heavy 808s that are all over the track. But the final song I'd like to take a poke at is Plastic Off the Sofa, going for this more smoother and pleasant sound while still keeping this quicker pace to groove to, with the bass guitar and strong vocals from Beyonce really being the major figures for this track, although this does seem to be the sore thumb from the rest of this album, straying away from the deep boom sound or pop funk sound that we had in a couple tracks just before this. But overall, this is a pretty fun album to listen to. It stuck to its theme for the most part, didn't mess around too much with the vocals to the point where it sounded like it was recorded off of an iPhone 6, unlike some other guys, and it was just a refreshing sound for the ending half of the summer. So to put this on the scale, I'm giving it a strong 8 out of 10, being a nice little groove for anyone to really get into. But how do you guys feel about Beyonce's latest album? What would you rate it? Let me know down in the comments, like and subscribing. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter. If you have other issues using this video, make sure to follow yours as well because she's dope. And on that note, I'll see you on Monday when I teach Canadians how to make a cohesive, well-produced dance album. Peace.